Shaun, as you were saying about Hyderabad. Jeez, I mean, this
Yeah,
should have been their game.
it is, and it's hard for the coaching staff to say anything because you live in that environment. It's supposed to be a bit of a family environment, and it's difficult to have a go at players at times. But there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Bayless is supposed to be a fantastic guy. I haven't had much to deal with him, but for interviews that we've done with him on the TV, and everyone loves him and talks about what a great coach he is. But what is the players actually doing in order to try and help them perform? You have a relaxed environment. You give them everything they sort of require. But at some stage, they're getting paid good money. They've got to start producing the goods. And I feel for them. I feel for them in their environment, the coaching staff, because I know Tom Moody well. I know VVS, and Murray will be trying his best. He'll be coming up with plenty of ideas of how they can or can't perform. But you just got to have a look at the players. I mean, they've got Rashid Khan. Wherever he goes, he's MVP. He's probably the best T20 player that goes around from a bowling perspective, for sure. To have lost 7, what's it, 8? How many have they lost?
8 out of their 9. And actually, let me ask you this question, Polly, and both of you, they've got a great coaching staff, right? Obviously, great pedigree there. Trevor Bayliss, Tom Moody, VVS Lakshman, Muralidharan. It's great pedigree. You look at this Hyderabad batting lineup now and see what they've done, chasing what was a runner ball, right? You've had to have Jason Holder come in and do these heroics and these fireworks, right? What is he? He's 47 of 29 by the end of it. And you think 47 of 29, how has that not ended up on the winning side? Even if they were chasing 150, they were chasing 125, right? And he has, he's bowled well. He's just man of the match irrespective, right? But if you look at the batting card for Hyderabad, let's look at that, right? You had that unfortunate, I think the only blemish on Holder's game today was that mix up with Saha, which was actually Saha's call. So not as much as Holder's. But when you look at that, Polly, who are you calling out from there? Who would you have a harsh word with if you were part of that coaching staff?
Well, I mean, even from the top, I mean, David Warner, as we talked about how he was out the side, he comes back in. I mean, you can get into bad form. Manish Pandya, probably in the situation, he tried to try and regroup. But I think Kedar Yadav, I mean, over all these years, he gets a decent salary to come out and play. And I mean, we really are still asking, when is his performance coming, to justify a continual selection in the side. I mean, it's difficult to pick out one individual, but it's a space over those 8 games. I mean, surely people need to be producing a little bit more than what we've seen. Because you also have guys there, your Warners, your Williamsons, they're a team that's been in the running over the years. It's not like they've always been the whipping boys. They've been in the finals. They've played some
2016.
Champions, and they've played some unbelievable cricket not so long ago. So. Yeah, I think you've got to feel that the players have let the coaching staff down.
For you?
You can't get away from that.
Yeah, look, I mean, quite obviously today was a difficult strike rate day for batsmen. But having seen that that's the problem, having seen that the issue for batting generally was that you're going to struggle to get the ball away. At a runner ball, I don't think a side these days, I don't think sides are put under too much pressure. So you can't be too far below that if you're going to try and chase the score down. And number 2, you also know that you've got your bowlers under pressure because, to go at less than 6 and over, it's going to be pretty difficult generally, even if the conditions are quite good. It's going to be, difficult to do that as a whole collective, as a bowling group. So you expect that batters would go out there and at the very least ensure that they're, batting at that rate, 5 and over, 4 and over, 5 and over, 6 and over. That's what you expect. So no chewing up of balls, sweeps, all sorts of stuff that would occur. And I just thought after losing the couple of wickets early, they weren't proactive enough. They thought it was a case of rebuild, but if you rebuild, what you do essentially is you kind of fall into the hands of your opposition who don't have a lot of runs, and so you're lifting that that scoring rate required for your opposition, and then from there it's difficult. It's hit or miss, because when you try and go, now the conditions come into it. It's a slow surface, and more often than not, as happened in the innings before, those who try to hit it out the ground hit it up in the air and they get out. Then panic sets in. In a middle order that's already had its issues over the years, it's as if it's a character trait off the side, that once they lose the top, the middle struggles. So yeah.